I was raised on tough times don't last, tough people do. And I'm back, more motivated, more inspired, and more on fire than ever before. After that flood on December 17th destroyed most of my shop and tools, it missed this target and failed to destroy my spirits. This is Bearded Viking Woodworks, and I'm Daniel. This is episode 12 of Stuck on Sawdust. Buckle up, rock stars. You know what time it is.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Rock stars, we're gonna dive right in with this badass hexagon shelf. This is a set of 3. You won't believe what they're asking for 3 of these, okay? But I'm gonna show you how to get it done. However, let's talk about these. They're basically cut with a 30-degree bevel on every joint. It's obviously got 6 sides, and it's about 12 inches tall by 12 inches wide. Each piece is cut around 6 inches or so, but we're gonna do a different kind of shelf. We're gonna add our own dimensions to this piece. So meet me over at the table saw. So I've got this leftover white oak hardwood flooring, and I got a groove on this side and a tongue on this side. So I'm gonna rip the tongue off and I'm gonna rip the groove off. I'm gonna keep these little grooves on the inside, and I'm gonna have them be on the outside of my shelf. So let's go ahead and rip off the tongue first on these pieces, and then we'll rip it down to the width that we want. So I've been having trouble with my table saw ever since that flood happened, and it's having trouble by shorting out every once in a while. Give me just a second. All right. Okay, I think I've got it. So we're gonna make our pieces 2.5 inches wide. And I want them thin like that because my shelf that I'm gonna be putting inside of it is gonna be 4 inches wide. And I think that design is gonna be the perfect design for this shelf. Now meet me over at our miter box. So we're gonna put our saw on a 30-degree bevel. Let's go ahead and cut one of our sides. Now I want to pull from my long point and mark 7 inches. And then just line our blade up with our mark. And what I'm gonna do is put a mark right here on my saw and get a stop block set up. And now we can make repetitive cuts. Make sure to let the blade stop completely before releasing. So we're gonna cut 5 more of these pieces. Now that we got all of our pieces cut, let's go ahead and lay out some tape. And we'll start taping our pieces together. Right, we'll take some wood glue. Glue every joint. Let's stand our pieces up. All right, we'll let this dry up. I'll meet you back when it's dry. Hey guys, don't forget to stick around till the end because I'm going to share my favorite comments. So while my piece was drying, I was looking for something to use for the shelf. Well, there's no better combination that I like than white oak and walnut. And I've got this badass piece of live edge right here. So I'm going to incorporate the live edge into my shelf. And I'm just going to cut two 30-degree bevels on each side of this piece of walnut. So let's head over to the miter box and get those bevels cut. So there's no particular measurement I need to make this. I'm just going to put a 30-degree bevel here and a 30-degree bevel here. And wherever it falls on our hexagon will determine if we cut it one more time. All right, so let's head back to our hexagon. So let's go ahead, set it in here. And yeah, I kind of like where it's at right now. Yeah, I like that a lot.
I like it a lot.
So let's apply some glue, but remember, don't come all the way out to the end. Just come about 2 inches from the back. And dab a dab of glue. Yeah, I like that right there. We'll add a little bit of weight to that and let this thing dry. You don't need much weight, just something to hold it down while it dries. That should work perfectly. We'll let this dry and I'll meet you back over at the assembly table. So off camera, I went ahead and sanded it down, and I'm just going to use a simple polyurethane quick dry. Watch this thing come to life. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now let's let this thing dry up. Each piece is cut long point to long point, 8 inches, and that's on 30-degree bevels. And I cut 6 of them all together. The overall width of this piece is going to be 16 inches, and the overall height, 14 inches. My shelf is 13 inches in length. And at this point, 4 1/4 wide, and down here, 3 3/4 inches wide. And that's because of that live edge right there. As far as mounting this shelf to the wall, I'm going to include a French cleat system type mount. And I'm going to mount one piece to the shelf itself right here on the top back. And then I'll just send the other piece in the package. And it's simple, it's just screwed into the back here. And then you just find a stud in your wall and you mount the opposite side of the cleat to the wall on that stud, and it literally clips right onto the wall and sits nice and flush to the wall. And I'll leave a link in that description below. And this is the hardware I'm talking about right here. Simple hardware, nothing fancy about it. Nice, easy, and cheap and effective. So let's get this posted on Etsy and I'll meet you back here in just a minute. If you want to help support my channel, please consider becoming a member and you'll get access to all sorts of perks. Check it out. Alright guys, I'm just so happy because I've got so many new members that have signed up that my mind is blown. Listen, if you want to share your projects with me and have them featured in my video with a personal shout out, this is what you need to do. I have a membership that you can join on my YouTube. You go to your desktop and click join. It'll show you the options. Stuck on Sawdust series is where you want to join for $1.99 a month. Cancel at any time. So check this out. They're asking $200 for these 3 simple ass hexagons. They're made out of a simple 1x4 pine, and then they just stained them a darker color. They're nice, but $200? If you ask me, that's a bit overpriced. But hey, I'm not hating. Do your thing. Do your thing. So let's talk material costs. To make one of these, you'll need about $6 worth of 1x4 or $6 worth of fence pickets. The finish, you're looking at about $2 worth. And the shipping, I input some information into my pirate shipping app, came up to $12. So you're looking at a grand total of $20 for this project. And if you've got some scrap wood laying around, that's even better. That profit is straight up my alley and gets 2 thumbs up in my shop. Now, y'all know I modified my hexagon shelf, and I'm asking $85 for this one. I think that's a fair price, being the white oak and the figured walnut shelf. The oak has this cool looking burl right here, and it just pops on the shelf. And the walnut is a figured walnut. It's got that fiddleback figure right in here, and it's that California Claro walnut. And yes, I do have a little happy gappy, but we got that covered up. So $85 for this thing. It took me about 7 minutes to build, so that's not too bad. 7 minutes worth of time. I mean, all together with building it and then packaging it for shipping, around 20 minutes or so. So yeah, that profit is right up my alley, and I plan on making a shit ton of these this coming year. I posted this just a bit ago, and we'll see how it goes. I'll update you as soon as this thing sells, and I'll let you know what I got for it. But I don't think I'll have a problem selling it at $85. Let's make 2024 the best year for all of us. And also, please consider becoming a member. It's the best way to support what I'm doing. And if you want to support what I'm doing, your support is welcome. Hey guys, I want to share one of my members' projects, and it's this cool ass face that he carved. I love this thing. Joe Heidi, good job, brother. I want to wish you rock stars the merriest Merry Christmas ever, and Happy New Year. 2024 is going to bring big things for each and every one of you. Stay awesome. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm so happy to be back in the shop. It smells a little funny because of all the salt water, but it is getting dry. It's not quite all the way dry, but we're getting there. So until next time, this is Bearded Viking Woodworks, and I have been Daniel. Make some sawdust. Thanks, guys.